Alex Cooper turned Call Her Daddy into a podcasting juggernaut, but things haven't been smooth sailing for the famed interviewer. From childhood struggles to her professional breakup, Cooper has made it through tragedies great and small. Alex Cooper is one of the most influential women in the world of podcasting, but she hasn't always been cheery and confident. In fact, she's been open about how she was the target of bullying during her childhood. During an appearance on Purpose with Jay Shetty, she admitted, "I was severely bullied for my looks. I was super skinny. People made fun of me, said that I looked like I had an eating disorder. I had awful acne, to the point where I would beg my parents to let me stay home from school."
When I was younger, if you passed me on a street, you would be like, "Oh my God, that girl needs Accutane."
She revealed that this mistreatment sometimes turned physical, adding, "The boys would be like, 'Let's play a game. Her legs are so tiny. If we trip her, they will snap in half.'" Cooper added that by the time she was 7, she hated everything about herself. Reflecting on that feeling, she told Shetty, "I could pinpoint every single thing I hated about myself, and it was almost everything exterior."
7th grade Alex, on the way to the 7th grade dance, would put this on her body, and she knew boys were going to come over. No boys came over.
Thankfully, her dad helped her discover her talents by gifting her a camera, which improved her self-image as she filmed music videos and plays. Cooper is far from the awkward kid she used to be. By the time she started her freshman year at Boston University, she had less acne, nicer hair, and no braces. She soon realized that she was being treated very differently thanks to her new look. One of the boys who had bullied her ended up attending BU as well, but now he had different motives. Cooper told Jay Shetty, "He was trying to hit on me and giving me all this attention, and it only made me just feel actually awful because I was like, I'm the same person. I'm the same exact person." Unfortunately, several of the faculty members that Cooper interacted with weren't any better. She revealed to Time that one of her male professors made sexist comments that could in no way be described as constructive criticism. Cooper alleged, he said, "I just want to be very honest with you. You're not going to be taken seriously in this industry because of the way you look, so you're actually going to have to work a little bit harder." All of this led Cooper to start second-guessing her presentation. She continued, "It was the first moment in my life where I was like, should I dye my hair? Should I wear baggy clothes?" Thankfully, Cooper didn't let the comments affect her style. When Cooper attended college, she proudly followed in her father's footsteps, becoming a Division I athlete at Boston University. While her dad played hockey, she played soccer.
It's like sports was my life. My family is a sports family.
Sadly, her time on the team was cut short because of actions outside of her control. In an interview with the New York Times, Cooper revealed that she endured a traumatic experience at the hands of her soccer coach. While she hasn't spoken out about the events, she has referred to inappropriate behavior taking place. Cooper received a full scholarship to Boston University because of her soccer skills, but actually had no involvement with the sports team in her senior year. As she put it, "That can kind of indicate where the wrong was done. I got to keep my full scholarship but didn't play because of a situation with the coach. It was a devastating loss for Cooper." She continued, "I got something I worked my entire life for stripped away because someone in a position of power couldn't control themselves, and I did nothing wrong." The podcaster later told Cosmopolitan that she is working through the experience in therapy and has since reunited with some of her former teammates who went through the same thing. Cooper has divulged a lot of information about her romantic relationships over the years, but she's mostly kept the identities of her former partners under wraps. Her fans, however, have done some sleuthing and named MLB first baseman Mike Napoli and New Amsterdam actor Ryan Eggold as likely former flames. But one of Cooper's confirmed exes is baseball pitcher Noah Syndergaard, or as Cooper prefers to call him on her podcast, Slim Shady. The two were in an on-off relationship throughout 2017, and it was anything but smooth sailing. As she said on Call Her Daddy, "We loved walking in a room together. We didn't like how we felt being in a room together." Cooper went on to detail how their breakup turned into a vengeance match involving agents and social media, but it seemingly didn't end there. 3 years later, Cooper and Slim Shady gave it another shot, even though she knew full well that their relationship had been toxic. It didn't take long before Cooper realized that nothing had really changed, so she walked away for good. As she recalled, "I had fully grown. I had gotten into therapy. I don't want to be toxic, and I realized through a few months, like he hadn't changed at all. He was the exact same person." After inking her Spotify deal in 2021, Alex Cooper became the highest-paid female podcaster in the world. Now a multimillionaire, Cooper lives with her husband Matt Kaplan in a California mansion valued at $10 million. But less than a decade earlier, Cooper found herself in a very different financial situation. Having been laid off from her ad sales job, Cooper was trying to make it as a YouTube vlogger while living in New York City and surviving solely on unemployment checks. To help pay her rent, Cooper started working for Seeking Arrangements, a service that facilitated connections with men who would pay to date her. She explained, "The goal was I never wanted to do anything with these men. It was just to go get drinks and dinner, and by the end of the night have enough money for rent." Although she mostly looks back on it as a funny anecdote of her youth, Cooper has also cautioned against following in her footsteps. She warned, "In retrospect, I want everyone to be careful. I don't even know if you should be on that site." Cooper has overcome a lot of the insecurity she had as a result of her childhood bullying, noting that playing soccer played a big part in helping her feel comfortable with herself. However, she also admitted that there were still times when her anxiety and insecurities got the better of her. Seeing photos of herself all over social media didn't help.
It gives me anxiety, I realize, when I don't feel good enough, I don't feel pretty enough, I don't feel like I'm fitting the body standard, and then I start to spiral.
Cooper opened up about some specific struggles, revealing that she was caught photoshopping pictures of herself. She admitted, "I felt so good and confident and happy, and then I saw those photos and I was upset. I download Facetune, I see the button where it's like realign or something, and I rearranged my organs, so it gives me that like hourglass shape and I upload the photo." After being called out and realizing she was perpetuating harmful stereotypes, Cooper vowed to never edit another picture she posts on Instagram.
I think every single photo that's edited should have to have a sign somewhere saying edited.
Cooper co-created Call Her Daddy in 2018 with her then roommate and bestie, Sophia Franklin. After producing 4 episodes of the show, Barstool Sports owner and founder Dave Portnoy slid into Cooper's DMs, leading to Cooper and Franklin signing a 3-year deal to bring Call Her Daddy under the Barstool umbrella. It gave them $75,000 for the first year, $85,000 for the second, and $100,000 for the third, although the compensation for their deal could also be negotiated at the end of each year. After Call Her Daddy blew up in the first year, the two believed that those numbers should indeed be adjusted. Cooper explained on YouTube that the duo learned that their salaries were way below industry standards, and they went into renegotiations asking for $1 million. Although Cooper recalled feeling dubious, she was advised that negotiations would end with them meeting somewhere in the middle. Portnoy shut them down immediately, and it took months before they had another sit-down. When he did, he offered them $500,000 and the intellectual property rights, which Cooper was ready to jump at, but Franklin was not. This led to months of negotiations and instability for Call Her Daddy, leading Cooper to entertain Portnoy's offer without Franklin, as they had individual contracts. She signed a new solo deal with Barstool and stayed there until she moved to Spotify in 2021.
Do you miss me at Barstool?
No.
You miss the paycheck?
Yeah, oh, for sure. Call Her Daddy made us a lot of money.
Since breaking off her partnership with Franklin, Cooper has admitted that the two didn't really have a long history together. As their relationship developed from a friendship to a working partnership, they experienced tension. Cooper noted on YouTube that she consistently worked more hours on the podcast, as she did the editing and social media. Cooper also said that it was Franklin who instigated the $1 million negotiations, as Cooper was happy to take the deal for half that was on the table. Cooper went along with the negotiations to support her partner. As she later revealed,
I wanted Call Her Daddy to remain a duo. I wanted Sophia to stay at Barstool with me.
Unfortunately, things soon got out of hand, with the two barely speaking and unable to agree on how to move forward. Cooper continued, "It just got really bad because it got all about money." As Franklin continued to ask for more from Barstool during negotiations, Cooper made it clear that she was happy to take the original offer because the IP was the most valuable thing to her. Eventually, Cooper moved forward without Franklin and built the successful Call Her Daddy brand that she has now. Cooper and Franklin, who launched her own podcast, Sophia with an F, do not seem to be in contact.
I don't see a reconciling just in terms of like BFFs, but there's no bad blood on my end, and like I wish her the best.
Considering the popularity of Call Her Daddy and the controversy that surrounded it, it's no surprise that Alex Cooper has dealt with her fair share of hate comments. In her opinion, most of the hate she receives has to do with sexist double standards. She explained, "The concept of like, oh, she someone over to get here. Yes, I'm so competitive, but a man has never been called too competitive. It's like the go-getter. Oh, he knows what he wants. I think for men, it's never deemed or catfishy. So I think for me, my best friends would tell you I'm a great friend, and I'm a loyal person." Cooper has also called out sexist comparisons to men in the industry, like the frequent refrain that she's the female Joe Rogan. Although she has built a multi-million-dollar brand through her podcast, which now encompasses a wide range of topics, she often gets trolled for where her career started. Cooper elaborated, "There were all these young, horny boys that were like, she's successful because she talks about sucking. It was frustrating to see men trying to discredit the brilliant product that had been created and millions of people are consuming."